Hi gorgeous people. I'm trying to make this quite a quick video this time, and I'm really aware that there's quite a lot of activity. There's people everywhere. There seems to be an awful lot of cars going by, and I can hear voices, and when I hear all that I do start to get pretty shy, you know. I do start to kind of get a little bit uneasy about it, and there's dogs barking and there's loads happening, and I'm becoming a little bit self-conscious, but that's okay. So I initially walked up the hill a little bit because from the pool at the place that we're staying you can see there's nice land, and I felt like I wanted to be somewhere in nature and far away from people. And I walked up the hill and I couldn't quite get my bearings together, so I thought, you know what, I'll just come back to the wash house. I'll come back to the wash house, people, and I'll make it a little bit short and sweet. You're away on holiday with your family, obviously. It's a different kind of, for me anyway, to come and share. It's a different space I need to embody most of the time. Sometimes I can get away with it in the house depending on what I'm doing, but yeah, I do wish that I wasn't back in the wash house, but I am back in the wash house, so it's absolutely fine. Okay, so tonight I feel a little bit tired. We have had a really lovely time, and I'm not even going to say we've had a busy time because we haven't had a busy time at all. We have had a really slow time. I don't suppose the cars bother you, but for me they're really loud, so I feel like I have to pause in between before I can continue my conversation because they do feel really loud. But yeah, so again, there's a few things I want to talk about, and I know this video is probably not going to be appealing to most people or even to anybody, but that doesn't matter, because what matters is that I just want to share something about you know, being in a place with no purpose, because in some way there's absolutely no purpose for us to be here. And it dawned on me today that when there's no purpose, there's a freedom to that, because we're not attached to anything. We're not attached to this time away. I don't want to call it a holiday. I really don't want to call it a holiday, because that word for me, holiday, conjures up this idea of everybody's supposed to be ecstatically happy all the time, and everybody's supposed to be having the best fun, and everybody's supposed to, you know, there's an idea about it, isn't there, that it's supposed to be a certain way. And yeah, I'm not really keen on the word holiday. Let's just say that in this moment. And this is definitely not really a holiday, although, you know, in the sense where there's a pool in front of us and it's just for us, and the couple live right next door, and we can get their attention if we need to, and it's very sweet. And basically we are just being, you know, we're just working on being in the moment. But it's so interesting to witness things, because my youngest tonight has started to say, you know, I can't wait to get home, I can't wait to do X, Y and Z. And then only, you know, 6 days ago it was, I can't wait to get to Portugal and do X, Y and Z. So there's that idea of the mind's always a way ahead of itself, isn't it? The mind's always like, oh, I can't wait. And then you get there and then it's like, oh, well, actually, I can't wait to get back home so I can do it. And all that's fine. All that's great. But it's like, how do you land? How do you really land in a place? And this place, the external place, is really, really beautiful. I know behind me doesn't look so beautiful because I'm in this old wash house that really could do with a little bit of TLC. But anyway, outside of it, you know, as I've showed you along the way, it's pretty gorgeous. And that sun is still in the sky. There's a little breeze and things like that. But yeah, this sense of place, external, and we're working and really landing in it. And with that big star in the sky, it's much easier to land in a place when you can feel it on your skin, right? And you can just, it just changes everything. They tell me if I'm wrong in that way. And I know it can be the other side of it where it can be too much, it can be too intense as well. But I think for us coming here, we felt like we really needed it. And especially because it's been raining in Glasgow, outside of Glasgow where we live, since we left, and it's going to continue to rain. So yeah, that's a bit rubbish. But all that has its place as well. But we knew that we had to come and just land. Right? Just land. And we don't have a purpose as such. As I say, we're not here to have a really great holiday. It's almost like the space of not doing our regular responsibilities and activities. You know, what do we do? What do people do when they don't have that? And I know when we go on holiday, when people go on holiday, you kind of fill all your time up with activities. And we fill all our time up with that kind of doing, isn't it? And that kind of doing stuff. And we have been doing stuff, but it's been very simple and very slow. And it's not so much about what we've been doing, right? It's more about, you know, how we've been within it. And just that there's a lot of time for doing nothing. And I think that's really, really important. Because the mind does, I mean, I woke up after a sleep yesterday and I woke up and instantly I woke up and I thought, oh, right, we have to go into town now. It's, you know, the town would look lovely at this time of night. So we must go and we must see everything and we must. And I just caught myself and I just went, just bring it back. Just slow it down. Make a cup of tea and just sit out in the sunshine. Or just be, you know. I don't know how many times we've maybe been in places where we've maybe been so distracted. But I think that also goes for everyday life as well, doesn't it? You know, there's always so much distraction. So it's back to that kind of feeling sense, isn't it? And back to just kind of feeling our way through our day and then adjusting as we need to without a constant bombardment of information, of activity, of movement, of I must do this, I should do this, you know, all that stuff. And it's about just being. And it's interesting because there's a little bit of my mind coming in and saying, oh, but you go home and you'll say, well, you didn't go in that pool enough times and you didn't, you know, do whatever. And I'm actually really content with it all. I'm really content with it all. And yeah, we are missing our little animals, especially little Benji. In fact, we're missing them all, you know. But we also know how to, we're practicing how to just be here now, you know, just be here because we've got everything we need. So we've got everything we need. And it's really lovely. So this idea of place with no purpose, we have no purpose. We have no purpose here. We're just here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just here, and we booked it, we planned it, whatever, but we're here, and we're living, and yeah, right in the moment, right here. I also just want to say thank you so much for being here, and there's been maybe a couple of little new subscribers, so welcome. Thank you so much for clicking and being here. Yeah, probably none of that makes any sense. If it does make sense, then drop me a little comment. I'd love to know. Also, just drop me a little comment on, what you're up to, what you're doing. I'd love to hear from you. I always love to hear from you. Always love to hear from you. And be really kind to yourself. Be really relaxed and at peace with yourself as much as you can. And when other people's stuff comes towards you, remember to stay in your own power. Remember to stay rooted in your own power, in your own groundedness, in your own peace, in your own self, and ultimately in your body, because that's where you know whether you're all of these things or one of these things at any given time, is when you're feeling it and you're in your body. It's not a concept from your mind, it's right here, the feeling sense of being right here, right now, and not being reactive to the world, but being responsive to the world, and being responsive to life, and not reactive to life, but being responsive. And I think part of us being here is being responsive to life, and being responsive to what life is showing us. Yeah, I could go into so much more, but I just want to say those things. Find your breath, connect and breathe, find stillness, watch the sunlight, listen to the birds, watch the light coming through your window, watch the simple things, watch the ordinary, because that's where the magic lies. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear those ordinary moments that have really opened up something within you in the ordinary moments. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the other side. Okay, bye.